Hey, 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 welcome back. Welcome back to the Scorpio channel. I hope that we're all getting ready for New Year's. Can't believe goodbye 2025 and hello 2026. As you get older, time really does go faster. I used to hear that all the time from my mother, and it used to drive me crazy. And because it was like it took forever to get out of school when you were a kid, right? You go to school and you're like was looking at the clock, and it was like 2 o'clock, and that last hour like took like 12 hours just to be done. That's what it always felt like. Or it took forever for the ice cream man to come around, right? So it's funny when you want something and it's not happening. It feels like it takes forever because the focus is on, trying to make something happen, right? But you notice when you're busy, then time goes by super fast. So I bet you in today's reading, we're going to find out what the hell it all means. Why would I even start my show off like this? I don't know. Again, but that's what I was called to say, and that's what I was called to do. And you know what? There are no mistakes. In the spiritual realm, there are no mistakes. Oh, we tend to look at certain relationships like, oh no, that was a mistake. But everything that's put on our path is put there to help us heal, to grow and transform. However, a lot of times we don't heal. A lot of times we stay blocked. So this channel is not just about what your person's going to do, what they did do, what they feel, because we want to know that. However, it's about, why do I attract that? Why do they trigger me the way that they do? What can I do to transmute that negative energy so that it doesn't affect me? Because your healing is within that. See, the universe doesn't care whether you're with the person or not. You have free will to choose whatever the hell you want to do. However, the universe brings you what you need and knows, well, on some element, you're going to be attracted to the person. You're going to like the person, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't stick around long enough to learn the spiritual lesson. So obviously, the readings have a therapy style to them. And I don't know if I introduced myself. If you're new to my channel, my name is Laura. All right. Anything of any importance or relevance to the channel, you can find in the description box. You know what? I want to start off by looking at, we're going to do this today also. Spiritually, what do you need to start 2026 off? What are the wounds that need to be integrated? And then we'll see how they played out last year. How about that? I think that's better. And then we can also see what this person's going to do, but then we'll actually understand why they're doing what they're fucking doing, right? Because there's nothing more annoying than getting stuck in ruminating. All right, I'm going to pull from my deck first, just because it's my deck. And then we will look. Victim. I'm already feeling stuff. So we're going to pull from a few. Get a little story going. Self-righteous. Your soul's main objective in this universe is to experience, is to return to your ultimate sovereignty energy, which I say all the time. It's like you're getting what you need to revert back to your original energy of unconditional love. So we know it's a soulmate. We know that it could be a twin flame. We know that it's an important relationship that we're looking at because of this card. Your spiritual sovereignty allows you to create your heaven on earth. It's the Holy Spirit. It's God. It's love. It's unconditional love. So people that bring out shadows, obviously, and someone that's, is acting like a victim because they were self-righteous does not deserve to be in a victim energy. I feel like as long as you stay connected to a person like that, you're going to feel victimized because the person's acting like they can't do anything about it when they can. It's like, oh, woe is me. You know what happened? I'm going to tell you what happened. They feel like they don't have a way out. You know what I mean? Like, when you back yourself into a corner and you've lied to the point that, everybody knows the lie. Like, there's nowhere to go. There's no one to blame. There's none of that. So I don't feel like this person is just dealing with you. I just feel like you're like, I don't understand what the hell that was. Why you made me feel like I'm a victim because you betrayed me. And this person is acting like, oh, it wasn't me. I had other things going on in my life. Again, where I feel like, this person is going back and reading text messages, is trying to figure out, again, what they can say, what they can do. They want to come back. This person wants to come back to you. Again, soulmate relationship, again, in the victim energy. This person wants to share what's been going on within their life. So they're in a place of feeling like, I can't because you're not letting me come back, is what I'm feeling. Now, let's just see where they are right now. And then we'll look at the wounds. What are they thinking about? And we're just pulling from random decks. Yes. Like I said, I feel like this person wants to come back. It's like if they could fix things, they would, because they can't let go. And they want to see, did you let go? Are you still angry? I don't know whether you're angry because I haven't talked to you. I've been in separation from you. I think this person thought that time, would make you forget, that you'd miss them, that it wouldn't be such a big deal. But it actually, I think, went the opposite way. I am seeing someone, but I am not ready for you to know. So this person might be, again, with somebody on the side. And here it is. It's like this person settled for somebody else. So they had a connection to you. And I feel like they pushed this to the point of, I want to have my cake and eat it too. And they don't want you to 100% know that there's someone in the picture. I feel like this person can't be by themselves. I am drowning in my thoughts. Yeah, because this person is with somebody, yes, but they don't really want to be with that person. I feel like they were with that person and they're with that person so that they don't come running back to you, because it's like, well, you don't want to talk to me anymore. They're not looking at why you're in the position to begin with. They can't let go of you, though. They thought that they could. I feel like this person did everything to try and like sabotage this connection, thinking, well, then I can't come back, and that'll show you. And really, it didn't show you anything. It showed them that they're with somebody that they don't really want to be with, thinking about you, drowning in their thoughts. Stupid, but the person was in their ego. I want what I want. I'm going to get things my way. Like I said, they're in a victim state because, hey, they pushed it to this point. And what you're doing is saying, well, I'm not going to come and fix this. I don't care. Please don't be angry with me forever. It's like, because that's really what you're showing. You're like, fuck off. It's like, you're the one that did all this. And why did you do it? We don't know. It's like this person, like, I feel like just is full of red flags, but they still have feelings for you, and they fake their feelings like right now, which we know, but that doesn't answer our question. Like, why? Can we look at it more spiritual? Because it actually doesn't make sense. Well, those just came flying out. And this person is projecting their fears and their limitations onto you, which is why they're in this energy of victim. They can come back. They could have apologized. They could have fixed this a long time ago, but they were like, no, I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to, do something fucked up to try and make you react. Whether that's talk to other people, whether that's ignore you, whatever it was, and they kept doing it. Now it's like, again, they need to like do some serious healing. But instead of them doing the healing, what are they doing? They're sitting with somebody that they don't want to be with, drowning in their thoughts of like, why did I do what I did? It's like because their ego got in the way. This person's listening to somebody else. Again, so I feel like they're with a karmic, and that karmic is like, oh, you need to make that person come back to you. This person was like, listen to people that they, first of all, they weren't even honest about the story, told them a version of what happened. And people saying, well, you should make that person come back to you. You should make that person come back to you. They're not listening to themselves, is what it is. This person like needs healing. Again, the inner child healing, but so do you. That's why this is happening. I don't think that they know that, but I think that that's the divine saying, like, you both need inner child healing. When a person is like, they're stuck in their ego, like, I can't do anything, I'm a victim, like, because you fucked it up. You'd have to come back and surrender your ego, get to a place of unconditional love. Remember, the universe always brings us things to help us revert back to our original energy, which is the energy of God, the energy of love. And this person has feelings for you, but they're like, but instead they're like, they're not talking to you. So what they're doing instead is that they're mirroring you. You're not talking to me. Okay, then I'm not going to talk to you. You're acting like you don't care. Well, then I'm going to act. And again, it's like, that is very frustrating when meanwhile it's the person that created everything. They want to pretend that they don't see what they did. They just want to focus on your reaction to what transpired. And that's because they use a lot of time, a lot of space, did a lot of things to try to make you react, to make you come to them. They disregarded the relationship. Again, we already said that about the projection. They want to talk to you, but they don't want to share everything. They don't want to tell you everything. They want to, again, still strategize. So they're still in their ego. This is a past life karmic mate. Being with a person like this would not be good, because it's like they're going to leave out part of their story, not tell you everything. They don't want you to know that they're seeing someone, but then they would, are you mad at me? Are you not mad at me? Let me feel the situation out. And then if you're not mad at me, well, then I'm going to hook up with you, and I'm going to still have my cake and eat it too, because this is who the fuck I am. It's like, that's plain and simple. And like, again, straight to the point. And that's really what it is. I'll contact you when I'm able to. Right now, my life is too complicated to bring you into it. But know that I do want to talk to you. They want to talk to you. They want to know, where are you at? Where are you at? Do you have feelings for me? Do you not have feelings for me? Is this over? Is it not over? You may be like, well, you didn't come back to me. You destroyed the relationship. This person doesn't know what you know and what you don't know, because it's not like you were yelling at them and saying, hey, you did this, you did that. The more time that went by, the more that you detach from this person. They expected it to go the opposite way. So they took it to the extreme. That's why they're like, I can't really come back. They listen to like some karmic, whether that's a person that's in their inbox, remember, just taking up space. And it would be a karmic because, listen, they wasted their time with a person that was insignificant, instead of coming back to who they actually have feelings for, because they're prideful. I mean, come on. This would make anybody pissed off, because like they would rather fake their feelings than be vulnerable, because they look like an asshole. And coming back would make them look like an asshole. And that's what they know, because I'm going to have to come back and I'm going to have to apologize. And you're going to make me apologize for what? Oh, for running around with other people, talking to other people, treating me badly, disrespecting me, not giving me anything, breadcrumbing me, playing with my head. What are you apologizing for? Which one? And it's like, this person knows it because they took it to the extreme. So, but they're going to act like they're the victim. Like, oh, well, you're mad at me. It's like, and I'm going to sit over here and hold on to somebody else because I'm pretty much sure that you don't like me. But I want to see whether or not you have feelings, because guess what? If you don't, I'm just going to run back to Betty Sue or Bobby Brown or whoever the fuck. It's like, and that's what it is. It's like, I'm just have this person here to save my face. That's this person with the ego, just a troublemaker, almost like you're too happy. You're too happy over there. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what's going on. It's driving this person crazy. So, and they're sitting there drowning in their thoughts, hold on to somebody that they don't really want to be with, and listening to people and then saying, well, you know what? I didn't get the results that you all told me to do. You told me to hold back. I held back. Where is this person? And it's like, that didn't happen. It backfired on them. So it's almost like you're too happy. You're too okay. It's creating a lot of anxiety, that like a lot of emotions that this person doesn't know how to deal with. So it's like, they come into your life and they'd come in like to be like, well, I'm not going to be vulnerable. This person's not going to come back and they're not going to say, hi, I'm really sorry. So what they would do is they would, just call you and act like it's okay that they come back. They don't want to talk about the past. They would want to keep it light. They would disrupt whatever it is, what's going on in your life, because you're too happy and their little plan didn't work out. And just not giving you what you want. This person just is like rebellious to be rebellious. It's like, and that's somebody that's like wants to be a child. They want to have their cake and eat it too. You showed them that, hey, I'm not going to play by your fucking rules. Whatever this shit is, you can leave it. I'm not going to do it. And they, again, were like, oh, yeah, well, I don't care. And created all this bullshit. Thought that you would react because, hey, people have, unfortunately. And this person was a little cocky in their head thinking, oh, well, this is what it's going to be because I'm always able to deceive, but they didn't expect to have feelings. They normally don't have feelings. That's why when you met them, they didn't really. But this person really just doesn't feel comfortable really being in a relationship. Again, the issue is them. So because it's them, they're angry. And their thing is, well, I want to make you angry because you made me angry, because I don't really want to feel these feelings and you're making me look bad. Like, remember, like if this person has feelings for you. So it's almost like if they're a man, you're demasculating them. If they're a woman, you're again putting them in their place. Like, no, little girl, I'm not playing this game with you. Whatever the fuck this is, I'm not doing it. And I'm not going to give you anything either. Where you cross the line. So it's either you're going to come to me correct or don't come to me at all. So what is this person? They're in a victim state, holding on to somebody else, drowning in their thoughts and, ruminating on you. Like, how dare you? So what other way can they come back? Well, I'm going to come back and I'm going to, cause problems. Just by even showing up, they know that they would cause problems because they're not coming back with an authentic apology. It's more like, I'm pissed off that you're okay. Like how this handled you. You weren't supposed to just be okay. This was a soulmate connection. Again, so it's made them angry. And like you said, part of them is in denial of how they handle things, and they're become obsessive. So obsessive becomes excessive of them wanting to put you in a place of submission. And that's this person. It's like, because they're like not getting their way. They're very imbalanced. And that second chakra imbalance. Why do we know that? Because, hey, relationship is about transparency, right? Being authentic, letting people in. We go with the flow of life through the passion for life. This person has passion, but it's like their passion is not healthy. It's obsessive. It's excessive. It's like, it's because of their mind. The more that you think, the more emotion. And it's almost like this person is angry. So it's like they spend a lot of time trying to figure out, how can I get what I want? Like I'll win at any cost. And that is someone that's not, that you can't, that you're like, well, they go from one extreme to another. And it's not even like they want to come into your life and be excessive where they're passionate and nice to you and take you. No, they're going to skip that part. They're just going to go full on psycho. And spirit says, well, you have to understand you would attract that person into your life. And you're like, yeah, why would I attract someone like that into my life? Someone that doesn't want to give me anything and someone that's fucking mean. Pretty much. I mean, when you think about it, someone that's that angry, why would I attract someone like that? The spirit's like, you might be that angry with, again, a parent, someone in your life needing to let go. You could, again, feel like if there was someone in your life that continually tried to sabotage you, someone that was close, that there was betrayal. There's a few reasons why we would manifest this crazy energy. Not because you're deserving of it, because at some point someone made you feel really not safe. Because that's this person's energy. I'm sorry. It's like they won't come across like that. I'm sure they would come across really sweet, but the intention is that, I mean, they want to hold back information. If you're holding back and they're leaving out fucking facts in your story, then, and you do what they're telling you and you believe them, well, again, it's not going to be for your best interest. It's going to be for their best interest. And we already see they don't come from a very high vibration. So that's what the issue is, All right, so let's take a peek and see, why did you attract this person? Rage by someone that supported you. It's, again, it ruined the innocence. It's, again, you felt abandoned, like not loved. It created disassociation, and look at that, oppression. And this is the energy that you grew up in, with a parent, a dominant, angry parent that, it was either going to be their way or it was going to be no way. And believe me, they were always going to get what they wanted. So there was always a sense of, like, again, not feeling safe with that parent, almost like a bully. And so, again, to the point that you detached, disassociated, there was fragmentation here. And when there's fragmentation there's feelings of not being loved, inadequacy, because if it was our mother or our father, that's the first person that, is close to us. Right away, you're being conditioned to be told that the world's not safe because that was your caregiver. If you didn't have the appropriate attachment style where that parent was an avoidant, or one parent was avoidant and one person was, really anxious, and had so much anxiety and a lot of projection, a lot of fear. Again, but that's why, is because that's this person. Like I said, it's almost like that energy of not feeling safe. Like, oh my God. And I wanted to look at where are my wound cards? There's so many cards everywhere. Here they are, underneath another deck of cards. I want to look at, from growing up that way, what are the karmic cycles that you need to heal? Because you can see why you attracted this person. It's like just having a parent that's like, oh, I'm going to get what I want. You're going to go to this college. Oh, yeah, you're going to do this. Yeah, I don't care what you fucking say that you're going to do. I'm going to make sure. I'm going to show up at school. Oh, yeah, I'm going to make sure that I get what I want. Where it's like that, oh, I'm going to be embarrassed. There's shame there. There's guilt there. And it's not even, it's the child self. It could have been in like 7th grade. And it's like, I lied about having my class project done. And my mother knew, and she came up in front of the whole, yeah, I knew she didn't do it. He didn't do it. Yeah, I knew. You know what he was doing last night? He was watching TV, eating ice cream, watching TV, acting like they didn't have anything to do, and embarrass you. You feel shame. It's when you hold on to the energy, and it's like, well, that was traumatizing to me. You know what I mean? Because the parent's angry. It's like, how dare you? You make me look bad. Shame. It could be as simple as that, or it could be like, no, I had an abusive parent. Spirit says it doesn't matter. It's like there's only 2 energies, love and fear. And it doesn't matter about what you went through or what you went through. If it was trauma, it's trauma. And that's what makes it so crazy, because you're like, okay, like my parent was a little bit over the top. I get it, but not for me to. Spirit says two energies, love and fear. It's like, how did it make you feel? It's like, because that's what the pain body remembers. And so look at this. It shows as deep distrust towards others, often mixed with disillusion or disappointment, may manifest as believing people are mostly self-serving. So again, not trusting, where it's like not trusting. You're not as trusting because you grew up in that type of an environment where it's like, well, like you have to have eyes in the back of your head. Oh God, somebody must be at the door. Maybe the mailman. Anyway, but that's what'll happen. You become a product of your environment. Hey! So you become a product to your environment. And what happens is that, you know, when you don't feel safe, you form habits and behaviorisms to, you know, dummy down. If you felt abandoned, you are actually someone that's very self-sufficient because you had to be. So people that are lacking, well, they seek out people that they perceive are going to be giving and good, and also like that don't know their worth. And so, you know, cynicism is like, I don't trust. And people only don't trust unless they've lived in experiences that show them that they don't trust. But trust, let me tell you something. Trust doesn't come from trusting other people. It comes from trusting yourself, God says, because God says, I'm inside of you as the gift of the Holy Spirit. Only in the now do I give you divine guidance. So why are you trusting other people? So in a relationship, because you grew up with an angry parent, are you so self-pleasing, people-pleasing? Are you abandoning yourself where you're so tapped into that person that you're with that you became hypervigilant and you're doing everything for them and want to make sure, because you're teaching them to disrespect you? You know, understand what you needed to do to survive is going to prevent you from thriving, Spirit says, and that becomes an issue. You know, I also have here broken trust shows up as difficulty relying on others, fear of betrayal. So again, having that parent abandon you, that it has to be one-sided, and then also having that, you know, well, that's happened to me before, where people don't show up for me. People don't, like, I have their back, but they don't have mine, which is obviously what creates cynicism. So Spirit says you have to obviously integrate. And this is unconditional, conditional love wounds, which means like, unless I did what my parents wanted me to do, like they did not show me love. I was taught that love was conditional. That yes, if I cleaned my room and I got good grades and I made them look good, I was loved. If I made a mistake, well, maybe I was shamed. Maybe I was punished. That's where the wound might start. And then, you know, we go into a relationship where we become hypervigilant to what somebody else wants because we don't want them to get angry. Remember, you were conditioned in an environment with somebody that was angry, that showed you that narrative. It was traumatizing because children don't understand when a parent loves them 1 second and then another second they don't. It doesn't matter that they got a bad test. It doesn't matter. It's again, if the parent has wounds that they haven't healed, they're also going to project those wounds onto their child. It's just how we inherit ancestral karma. Not that it's a blame game, but we have to understand where it came from. And the unconditional wound, unconditional love is that love, real love, God says, is unconditional. That's what this person is actually learning. It's like, I totally destroyed this relationship and I still have feelings and I can't come back because I fucking mutilated this connection. There's nothing to it, and you're not going to let it go. Like you're holding. You're going to make me like really strip my ego, and I'm really can't do that. So again, love is conditional. which is what they're showing you. Like, unless I can do what I want to do, which it's like, yeah, which means disrespect me. No, no. But those wounds, and again, just letting how other people treat you affect your peace. Yes, that's a wound when it's like, well, maybe a lot of you are sensitive, highly sensitive people, and it's like, I can't help it. Once I let someone in my life and, it doesn't go well, or, they're mad at me, then that's it, this gets triggered, your trust gets triggered, your negative thinking gets triggered. Again, where the glass is half empty, you can't trust people, you're not safe, that love isn't existent, that is conditional. And God says, you're omitting me from your entire life right now. I just want you to know. And that's kind of pissing me off. And you said, well, I have a religious wound too, where it's like, I never got the help from religion. So it's like, I don't really believe in a God. And God says, well, that's where we start. It's again, because you are me. I'm inside of you as the gift of the Holy Spirit. If you can imagine it, you can create it. Your spiritual sovereignty, which is, again, we pulled that, is underneath this mound of cards somewhere, is all about you being able to become that energy of love. But when you grow up in an environment where you're taught that love is conditional because a parent is angry and they, God says, I only look at intention, because a lot of times parents' intentions were good. It's just, it didn't come out right. It's like putting too much salt in a recipe. It's like, well, I thought Spirit said that it was only supposed to be a pinch. You put the half the salt shaker in. It's like, well, that parent was just doing what they would have wanted, what they felt they needed. So they project, of what, based on whatever they lived. So we all have inner child wounds. I mean, that's the whole point. You're born into families where you inherit karma. And that karma makes you feel a certain way, gives you the perception that you might be unworthy, not good enough, not having enough. Again, these lower energies, but that doesn't mean that that's what was intended. And it also doesn't mean that that's what it is. It's a narrative from your perception. So the healing comes in being able to actually embody a different consciousness. So obviously we would not be taking this person back, because we see that they would just keep you in the negative mindset of being cynicism, like not getting, again, love's conditional unless you valued yourself. So this was about self-love, learning self-love. That's number one. Number two, Spirit says, you can heal it in your mind all you want, but unless I see a different version of yourself, you're still getting people like that. Don't care, Spirit says. Healing begins with you. And so that means you have to embody a new consciousness. You have to turn the pain into power. Otherwise, you can't even break that karmic connection. It's like, I feel feeling corded to me. Which, believe me, this person's all up in their head about you and feeling stuck. So you would feel courted. Spirit says, it's now time for you to keep saying something about your voice. Use your powerful voice. And then it says, speak powerful voice and break the silence. So Spirit's saying, part of this is, if this person is eventually going to come back or they're going to say something, it's like you have to say something to them. And when somebody, disrespects you and isn't treating you well, you need to say something right away. I feel like there's a sense where you're like, did that person really do what they did? And then be like, well, let me give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to seem crazy. And let me, again, really trying to work with someone where Spirit says boundaries right from the beginning. Find your voice and express your actual feelings. Speak your truth. Part of this is that. If you ran from a parent and you never felt like you could because it was squashed down, Spirit says you have a problem expressing yourself. Use your voice to express yourself fearlessly. Speak with courage. I mean, like you got this twice. So Spirit says this could have been nipped in the bud a lot sooner, and like, and understand if you weren't allowed to speak your truth, you're like, well, I just wanted to see how things would play out. Spirit says no. It's like if you were dealing with the CEO, they only have so much time, right? So they're not going to sit there and give energy like that. But would they be respectful? Yeah, they'd be respectful and say, I don't know what you want, but unless you're coming in here with something, then I'm not going to offer my time to you, because I only have so much time, energy, focus, and money, and those are your resources. You're the magician of your life. So why are you giving time to somebody that was like this right from the beginning? Did everything, Spirit said, to try to make you surrender, which is again why they say, well, wow, I see who you are now. You're not gonna give in. But Spirit says, yeah, but you stayed connected to that person. And so Spirit says, no, again, acknowledge what you have already overcome in your life and that you're a strong person. You're not weak. There's a sense that this person thought that you were weak. Maybe at one time you felt weak growing up with a nasty parent that suppresses you and wants to dominate you. I can understand. However, Spirit says, like, no, you're smart, you're strong, you're capable. Know who you are, like, is what Spirit is saying. Otherwise, you're not. Like you'll never know. And it's time that you let go of like who you thought you were and become who you actually are. And that couldn't happen unless you went through an experience like this and you stood your ground. And you're like, you know what? I am choosing my head over heart. I am not going to be with you. It's like, because you did not respect me. And that's why this person is like, they don't know what to do. And that's why they don't, now I feel guilty and I don't really want to, deal with it. And Spirit says, take your energy and go into the unknown. That's their problem. It's like, that's their karma. They ruined a good thing. Let them sit with the person that they don't want to be with. Let them suffer with that person. Let them drown in their thoughts. That's their karma. Spirit saying it's not yours. It's like, it's for you to realize that they were just a stepping stone to help you alchemize the energy. You were taught that you needed to learn how to love yourself, is what Spirit said. Love yourself enough to be vulnerable. And that means being open to seeing your faults, but embrace your authenticity. That it's like, I don't have to settle for less. You're not going to push me. Baby is not going in the corner. Pretty much it's like what you're saying. It's like, you're not going to pin me into having, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm a strong person. I own my life. And that's what this person is seeing. And that's why they'll never be satisfied with somebody that they're settling for. Because believe me, if you're settling, well, that person on some level that you're settling for knows that you're settling, because people can feel that. And when you're settling and you think that you're getting over, a lot of times you're not. The person is also settling, but they have an intention of saying, well, I'm settling, but instead I have access to the bank account, or I have access to something, or it's making me feel as if I have access to something, which is either empty or it's ego driven and it doesn't bring anything good. And that's why this person is like, well, they made a choice. That was only supposed to be temporary, so that, again, you reacted, you came back, and that didn't happen that way. Didn't happen that way. And Spirit says that's why you needed to alchemize this energy. Love yourself. Go into the unknown. Again, you already showed that inner strength. Nothing moves you from your path to the light. And that we find ourselves, we have a love affair with ourselves. I always say that if it's toxic relationship, it's not about going out and meeting someone else. But if you're having a love affair with yourself, you're guaranteed to meet other people. Because again, you're in the energy of love. The only difference is that you'll be more balanced. So you wouldn't just give up your life if you were enjoying your life, if someone came into your life. The Spirit's saying. Faithfulness. You commit your mind and your heart and your will and be devoted to the needs of your own soul right now, nobody else's. And then you're trusting yourself in God and the universe. And that's what you need, because when you're faithful to yourself, the path unfolds while you're on it. When you have somebody, like, again, that person's intentions weren't good. They're mad because they didn't get their way. They're, Spirit saying now it's about being true to yourself, saying, I know that I'm deserving of love. I know that I'm deserving of the life that I want. And Spirit says, you are. You needed to alchemize that energy by going through it, seeing a different version of yourself. Hey, look how strong I am. I'm not weak. Not weak. You didn't trick me. And Spirit says, and just be faithful to yourself and trust in God and the universe, and the path unfolds while you're on it. You don't need to do anything. Only you can stop you. Remember that. No, nothing can take what's yours. People can emotionally try and throw you off, but unless you get caught up in that, Spirit says, so don't. Stay faithful to yourself and keep your eye on the prize, and you will again evolve into a better life. I'm going to leave that there. That's what's going to happen for you for 2026. So you have to kind of it looks like this is the end. This person might try and run into you, like I said, which we saw, but you might have to, again, just speak your words. Spirit saying, oh no, you're going to have to talk to this person because you pulled that twice. Like, you're going to have to tell this person exactly, like, use your words. And that's what's going to give you the strength. You might say, I don't really want to do that. But Spirit says you need to do it. Because again, on some level, running from that parent, running from other people that have difficult personalities, you have to, again, lay the boundary down. You have to use it and then move into your life and move into a better life. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Happy New Year to you if I don't talk to you later, but I might. All right, love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.